and this is Mindful Yoga for Wellbeing, a 6-session course to help you move with the breath and gently build strength, mobility and balance. It's designed to be suitable for mixed abilities, including if you have osteoporosis or lower bone density. All the base poses are designed with lower bone density in mind, though if I say if you'd like to go deeper or option 2, then it's generally best to avoid those poses if you have osteoporosis. But the aim of this course is for it to be helpful to build confidence again with moving and building trust in the body. There is quite a lot of weight bearing on the hands and knees, so if that's not something you're comfortable with, or if you have difficulties with your wrists, then it might not be the best course for you. But otherwise, it's mindful, osteoporosis aware, and yeah, it's really about that wellbeing focus, not just the mechanics of moving, but that presence as well. And a few props that you need, obviously a mat, good to be near a wall or a chair if you need it for balance, to have a blanket and a cushion if you need padding for your knees or in any poses. And then if you have a bolster, we use that for just a few poses. Alternatively, you can use a firm pillow or a firm garden cushion, something like that. And you might be able to manage without as well. Also helpful to have a couple of yoga blocks, yoga bricks, if you like to use those to make any poses more accessible. And then possibly a yoga block like this as well. But then you might be able to manage without those. But that's what I have here today. Although we're not using a resistance strap for this session, it can be helpful in some of the other classes. So today we're focusing on flowing and the element of water. So settle down, lying on your back. If you want to place a bolster under your knees or a firm pillow to help support your lower back, you can. Otherwise, come down slowly on your side and then comfortably lie on your back and sink down into the ground, allowing your feet to drop out to the side and your palms to face up, soft and open. Bringing the attention to your breath and breathing with a steady rhythm in and out. Allow the ground to fully receive the weight of your body. There's nowhere else you need to be. Let yourself be held. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Let the breath be smooth and even. A gentle tide flowing in and out. If it feels comfortable, you might allow the inhale to last around 3 or 4 counts, and the exhale to soften slightly longer, signaling to your body you feel safe to relax and unwind. Over the coming sessions, we'll explore different themes through the body, areas that support well-being, movement and balance. And today we're focusing on flowing, centered around the lower belly, pelvis and hips. This area of the body supports fluid movement adaptability and ease. It includes the hips, sacrum and lower spine. Structures that help us move, bend, rotate and respond to life with flexibility. These joints and tissues allow the body to move smoothly through space, helping us walk, twist and change direction. They also support the organs and muscles of the lower abdomen and pelvis. And just as water moves around obstacles and continues its path, this part of the body invites us to soften, adapt, and allow movement to happen with ease. Even in this short pause, we can begin to tune in, to soften, to listen, and to notice what the body is feeling. As we move from stillness into gentle motion, trust your body and only do what feels right. It's always better to make a smaller, slower movement in alignment with the breath than a bigger rushed one. Let your breath lead, your body respond, and let the movement of breath and body flow together. So on your next in-breath, if you'd like to take your arms and legs out into a star shape, breathing in to your edges as you gently stretch out, chin towards your chest, and then you can sigh it out as you breathe out, sinking deeper into the mat. We'll do that a couple more times. Breathing in, and breathing out, letting it go. Breathing in, and sighing it out, sinking down further into the mat. You can now bring your knees up to your chest, either one by one or both together. Have them, as you breathe in, lengthen along the mat, with your back nice and rooted. As you breathe out, you can pull your thighs, your shins or your knees, gently pushing towards your armpits. Breathing in, softening and lengthening. Breathing out, gently pushing those knees towards your armpits. And feeling that gentle opening in your lower back. Thinking about water and how we want to move from any ice frozen states into more fluid flowing water. Now from here, we want to come into a more restful, passive pose. So we can bring our legs up into the air, knees soft. If you have a chair nearby at home, you might want to place your calves onto the chair so you can unwind and relax. Or you can place your knees on the wall, knees soft. Or if, like me, you're in the middle of the room, you can just place a blanket under your bottom slightly to stop your legs from falling down. So you feel supported in this position. Palms facing up, arms slightly out to the side. Shoulders open and relaxed. Chin towards the chest so you have a nice long neutral neck. Focusing on your steady breath, breathing in and out through the nose. letting everything soften and unwind. Imagine that a stream of water flowing around your lower back area. You can now let your knees come down, bring your knees towards your chest again. Letting your knees drop towards your armpits. Your toes can be slightly closer together. Just giving a gentle hug there, a safe way for your back. Very subtly move from side to side while keeping your back rooted. And then if you hug in your right knee towards your chest and let your left leg come out lengthwise back onto the mat. And doing the same on the other side, bringing your left knee up, hugging it in towards your armpits, letting your other leg come out along the mat. You can bring your soles of your feet to the mat just below your bottom and pull that blanket away from underneath you. And just take a moment here to feel your pelvis on the ground, nice and neutral. Be aware of the weight of your body and its contact with the ground. You might like to push up through your heels, letting your spine extend, lengthening, opening through your chest as you keep your upper back rooted on the ground. As you breathe out, lowering your hips back to the ground. In one movement, so we'll do that once more. Breathing in, up into the chest, hips follow, keeping the back nice and rooted and firm through your feet. Breathing out, bring your navel towards your spine, coming down in one movement. We'll now pick up the right leg and place it over the left thigh, the left leg bent and the sole of the foot on the mat. And then if it's comfortable for you, you can pick up that left leg, holding onto your thigh, weaving your hand, your right hand, through that gap between your legs. Breathing in, lengthening along the mat. Breathing out, you might pull your thigh towards you, giving you that nice stretch around your upper thigh and hips. Breathing in, softening and lengthening. Breathing out, you might pull the thigh towards you slightly again. Feeling that opening around your lower back. So we'll pop the left foot back on the ground. Now take our left leg up, place it over our right thigh. Weave your left arm through the gap, holding onto the back of your thigh. And taking a few breaths, breathing in, softening, lengthening, breathing out. Bring that thigh towards you to open up around your glutes and hips and lower back. Thinking about that flowing water. foot back down to the ground. So now roll onto your side, push up gently, and we'll come just to sitting first of all, either with your bottom on your heels. If that's a bit intense, you can place a cushion or a blanket between your bottom and your heels. And if it's comfortable for you, instead of doing that, you can tuck your toes. You might need to use your hands to make sure your little toes are untucked as well, knees together. Breathing up into a V shape. Breathing out, bring your hands to heart center, pushing those palms together slightly. Breathing in, lengthening with every breath, bringing that space between your vertebrae. Breathing out, putting your navel towards the spine, and allowing your weight to root down into the earth beneath you. Just taking a moment to center ourselves in this upright position. And now we'll come to standing near the top of the mat. A couple of adapted sun salutations. So, taking a moment with your feet hip width apart all together. You might like to have your heels slightly further out than your toes if that helps you with balance. You can pull your inner thighs back behind you to help engage your legs. You can roll your shoulders back and have your palms facing out. Breathing in, down into your diaphragm, out into your belly, and perhaps up into the sides of your lower ribs. Noticing how your arms might lift slightly as they follow the breath. This is our aim. As we move, letting the body follow the breath. So we'll breathe in, bringing our arms up into a V, breathing out, hinging forward, leading with the chest, bringing your hands down onto your shins, head neutral. Breathing in, coming halfway up, hands on the thighs. Breathing out, hands onto the mat, and you'll come back either onto the knees in a half plank position, or you can come back tucking the toes into a full plank position. If you're in a full plank, you continue your steady breathing, pushing back through your heels, navel engaged, pushing the floor away. And as you breathe out, bringing your weight forward and down, elbows in at the sides. And then we'll breathe in, shoulders nice and back and open as we come up into our Sphinx. You can have a neutral neck looking towards the floor, or if you want to go deeper, you can look forward or up slightly. You can now tuck your toes and you can come up either into tabletop position, or you can continue on up into a downward dog, lifting your hips towards the sky, keeping your knees bent initially to ensure you have a nice neutral straight spine. From your wrists to your tailbone, rooting down, pushing your palms into the ground, lifting your tailbone towards the sky. Looking between your calves or towards your navel. Maybe slightly externally rotating your arms to support you. And if you're comfortable and you want to straighten your legs slightly, you can do so as long as you keep that length in your spine and you don't come into a rounded, hunched shape through your back. And on your next out breath, we're going to lower our knees
to the edge of the mat, keeping our toes together, untucking them, taking our weight back over our heels and coming into a child's pose, placing your hands on top of each other under your forehead to support you. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can place a bolster or a firm pillow or cushion underneath your chest for support to keep you slightly more upright. And breathing in, you can come upright onto your knees and toes, rock back, bring your right leg forward, your left leg forward, knees bent, and breathing arms up into your mountain, hands together, and back to heart center. And we'll do the same on the other side. And taking a moment to ground yourself in mountain pose, thinking about all the checks we went through before to help us with our balance and grounding in this position. Making sure you're not gripping through the toes, rooting down through the four edges of your feet, the bottom of the big toe, the bottom of the little toe, the inhale and the outer heel. Engaging up through the arches, perhaps engaging your inner thighs, pulling them behind you. Holding your shoulders back and down, palms facing out. The crown lifting towards the sky with every breath. Breathing in, we'll take our arms up into a V, lengthening. Breathing out, hinging forward at the hips, leading with the chest. Hands on the shins, neck neutral. Breathing in, coming up slightly, hands up onto the thighs. Breathing out, bringing the hands down to the mat. And stepping back onto your knees or your toes for a full plank or half plank. Bringing your weight forward and down as you breathe out. Breathing in, up to your Sphinx or Cobra, shoulders back. Engaging those legs to support your lower back. If you come slightly higher. Tucking those toes, we'll move into tabletop or downward dog. Keeping those knees bent initially. Lifting your tailbone towards the sky, rooting through the palms. Feel that lengthening through your mid and upper spine. And you can straighten the legs slightly if you want to. If you can keep that nice lengthening through the straight spine. And on your next out breath, you can bring your knees down to the edge of the mat, toes together. Untuck the back toes as you move the weight back over your heels, bringing your forearms or palms under your forehead. And breathe in, coming upright, tucking the toes, we'll rock back, placing our left leg forward, our right leg forward. Breathing arms wide, up to the sky, and down to heart center. Okay, so we'll now come to be on all fours and tabletop again. If you want a blanket for under your knees, then pop that there, just to soften it for your knees. Also have your bolster within reach. We'll need it for the pose after this, or actually we could put the bolster underneath us while we're doing this next position. So Starting, tabletop pose isn't a resting pose. We have our hands down under our shoulders, our fingers wide, feeling strong, particularly through our thumb and index finger. Our hips stacked over our knees. You might roll those shoulders back slightly to keep your shoulder blades down behind you, while still having space to breathe into that space between them and your upper back. Really rooting down, pushing the floor away, helps to gently build strength with every practice. So breathing in, we're focusing on that lengthening from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Breathing out, we pull the navel back towards the spine to support us. And if you want to, as you breathe in, you can look forward slightly and tilt the pelvis. As you breathe out, you can come back to a neutral spine. And if you want to go deeper, as you breathe out, you can arch up into a cat, pushing the floor away. Breathing in to your cow. Keep your arms straight or bend the elbows. And you're coming into your cow. So just do this a few times in a way that's right for you. Continuing to think about water and flow and how it might help you soften and move. And now bring our knees wide, back into child's pose, toes together, but using the bolster this time to support us, tucking it in between our legs, bringing our face down to one side, elbows soft, either side, perhaps your hands closer together in front of your bolster. And just breathe in to wherever feels right for you. Imagining that space you're creating for water to flow with every breath. If you want to turn your face the other way as well, you can. Noticing any differences or any preferences you have for a certain side. Now you can push up, and we'll take the bolster carefully onto one end. Or if you don't have a bolster, you might have a firm pillow or cushion, and just place it down behind you on your legs. And if you have blocks within reach, you might also choose to place blocks onto the bolster as well. So first of all, we're going to breathe up into a V. Breathe out, bring our hands onto our lower back, elbows tucked back behind us. And the hands actually maybe further down onto the sacrum and the top of the bottom. Breathing in to your chest, your spine lengthens. You might look to the sky slightly, rooting down into your hands, into the top of your glutes. As you breathe out, you might return to a neutral position, bringing your navel towards your spine and your chin towards your chest. So just do that a few times at a pace that's right for you. you want to go deeper, you can place your hands on the blocks on the bolster, breathing in, looking towards the sky, lengthening through that spine, breathing out, bring your navel towards the chest, breathing in, lengthening through the spine up into the chest, and then your hips follow. And you don't have to look towards the sky if it's too strong for your neck. You can also keep your chin towards your chest. But always thinking of that lengthening and forward movement through the chest and the hips, rather than thinking about bending backwards. And rooting down through your palms or through your fingers, wherever they're in contact with. Breathing out, coming back to a neutral position. Raising the arms as you breathe in, you might like to sit back on your bolster, on your calves. Pushing your palms together, shoulders soft and open. Allowing your weight to sink down onto your bolster, onto your calves. Lengthening with every breath, your crown towards the sky. Now, carefully take that bolster away, placing it back to one side. We'll come onto our hands and knees, back in that tabletop position. Nice firm grip through your fingers and thumb. And we'll take our right leg back, pushing back through our heel, engaging through our core, through our centre, just in our upper abdomen, below our ribs. Lengthening from your crown to your heel. Breathing in, you might soften slightly. Breathing out, you might push back slightly more through your heel. And bring that knee back to the ground. Taking a moment to settle. And then we'll take our left leg back, pushing back through the heel. Pushing that floor away. Into the ground between your hands. And then bringing your knee back down. First of all, just raise up our right leg, pushing our heel back behind us. Keeping your weight rooted through both hands. Bringing that knee down. Now we'll just bring up the left arm. Still looking at the ground. Bringing that down. It's actually surprisingly hard just doing the left arm without the right foot. Now we'll bring up the left leg. Pushing back through that heel behind you. Now we'll bring the knee down and bring up the right arm. And now we'll try alternate legs and arms together. Bring your fingers to your heel, feeling strong through your centre, imagining a line running from your fingers to your heel. And we can lower that down. Picking up your other arm and leg. You might let them rise and fall slightly with your breath. Thinking about that line from one to the other, being strong through your centre. And coming back down to the mat. And then we'll come to sitting and move onto our backs. Taking your legs and arms up. Breathing in, lengthening along the mat. And then lifting one arm, leg at a time with the breath. So alternate arms and legs. Can take quite a lot of concentration. And we'll just do a couple more. And then we'll return our feet to the mat, roll gently onto the side, push up slowly, and then we'll come to a standing. Okay, so we'll come into raising our arms to the sky, and as we breathe out, we'll take our hips back into a chair position. So it can be helpful to have a chair or a wall nearby if you have concerns about your balance. So breathing up into your chest, slight bend in the lower back, arms in a V shape, and towards the ears, looking to the ground or slightly in front. Breathing in, coming back up to standing. And then we're going to move into a balance. So we'll start off just grounding ourselves in mountain. And when you're ready, first of all, you can just take your weight into one foot and just take your other foot off the ground with your toes still touching. If you want to go deeper, you can place your foot on your calf, your arch over your knee or on your thigh, and coming to a tree position, doing what feels right for you to help with your balance. Your arms can keep moving with the breath as the branches do, swaying in the wind of a tree. Move on to the other side. First of all, just bringing your weight into the other foot as you rest your toe. Breathing in, lengthening, rooting down into the ground as you breathe out. Coming into a deeper expression of the pose if you want to. help to fix your gaze on a set point a couple of meters in front of you. Help to move your knee further out to support you if you can. And preferably coming out of it slowly with each breath, though not always possible to do. So we'll now bring our bolster just so it's near us, just in front, off to the side of the mat. And we'll come into star pose, so taking your feet nice and wide on the mat, palms parallel to the short edge of the mat, bringing your hands out into a nice strong star position, rooting down through the edges of your feet, the outer edge of your feet, breathing into your edges, tucking your tailbone, chin towards the chest, noticing that energy running through you like a river or a stream, or like the waves in the sea. We're now going to turn out our front foot. Make sure the heel's aligned with the arch of the back foot. You might want to move the heel slightly further out behind your toes. Keep your body aligned with the ledge of the mat. Breathing in, we'll lengthen out our arms and look forward, keeping the ribs stacked above the pelvis, rooting down through that back outer side of the foot. Breathing out, you might come deeper into that lunge, kneeling through, bending through the front leg, not letting the knee drop in. So continuing your steady breathing, like the waves washing against the shore. Straighten the leg, turn the feet back to be parallel. Now bring the heels in, breathe the hands up into a cactus, breathe out, sink down into our goddess pose. So knees wide, stacked above the ankles, flat back, chin towards the chest. Being in a strong goddess position. Anytime you need to come out of it, you can straighten your legs, moving with the breath. So we'll now come up. We'll turn that back foot, the heel further out, the front foot forward. Make sure your heel's aligned with your ankle. Breathing in and breathing out, coming into that warrior two position. Knee stacked over the ankle, not coming further forward. Breathing in to our edges, breathing out, you might sink further into the lunge. Rooting down through that back foot. And also through your front foot as well. Coming up into your star position. Now we're going to come down into a lizard position. So you want to pull the bolster across to the right hand side, have it aligned with your left foot. Untuck your back toes. If you have sensitive knees, you might want to pad your knees with a blanket, but the aim here should be to bring your weight forward, coming down onto the bolster, so there's not lots of weight bearing down on your knee, but should actually be more on the bottom of the thigh. And then you want your front knee stacked over your ankle. You want your shoulders soft and open, collarbone open, shoulders relaxed. As you push down gently onto the bolster, feeling that opening around your groin and hips. If you want to, you can tuck your toes and lift your knee, pushing your heel back. And bring it down again. Just exploring that. And if you want to go deeper, you can place your left arm outside your left thigh and tuck those back toes. You can place your left hand on your left knee. Breathing in up into your chest, breathing out, letting that knee drop open towards the side, following it with your gaze gently. Breathing up into your chest, keeping nice and long through your back, shoulders relaxed, so there's no hunching. Allowing that opening in the upper inner thigh. And you can bring your foot back down to the ground, and we'll swap the legs over. So first of all, leaving that bolster safely over to one side slightly, tucking the toes, looking back, looking that right leg forward, making sure your palms are aligned with your right heel, bringing your weight forward so it's more onto the bottom of your thigh than your knee. Rooting down, shoulders relaxed. You might have softness through the elbows to enable your shoulders to stay soft and open. Feeling nice and long through your back. Breathing up into your heart. If you want to tuck your toes, push up a couple of times back through your heels. Letting your neck stay in a neutral position. Looking towards the ground, just to push back through that heel. You might tuck those toes. If you want to go deeper, you can place your right hand on your right thigh. Breathing in, lengthening, breathing out, dropping that knee out slightly to the side, following with your gaze. You might bend through your left elbow. You might feel some unwinding through your upper inner thigh. And long through your upper abdomen, the ribs not sinking down into your hips. Bringing the sole of your foot back down. And we'll move the bolster away. And now we're going to come to, actually we'll place the bolster behind us. We'll come first of all to sitting in a butterfly upright position. So having the bolster behind you. So the soles of the feet together. You can have them where it's comfortable for you. So you might want them slightly further out, slightly further in. You might want blocks to support your thighs if it feels intense on your knees. You can hold on to your ankles or your shins. And just focusing on the lengthening through your spine with each breath. Rooting down into the ground. If you want to go slightly deeper, you can turn your palms to face down and place your hands underneath, holding on to your calves, elbows bent. This keeps you nice and open through the chest, shoulders open, collarbone open. Prevents any rounding through the spine and gives a bit of resistance for you to work with through the hands. Now next we're going to come back onto our backs. If coming all the way back onto a bolster is a bit strong for your lower back, you can place one brick on top of the other and then pop the bolster down so you're not coming down as far. But if you're comfortable too, you can come all the way down. And if you don't have a bolster or a firm pillow, you can come down onto your back. We're going to first of all lower down gently, soles of the feet on the ground, hands back behind you, lower down carefully into whichever position you've chosen. Then you can bring the soles of the feet together so we're in a butterfly position, which can be softer for the lower back. If you have your blocks within reach, you can also support your thighs to take any strain off your knees. So bringing your arms out slightly. You want your gaze to be straight up or slightly forward so that you're not arching back. So you have a nice neutral supported spine. So breathing up into your heart area, opening through your chest. Thinking about where you want to take that flow and that water to help soften in this position. Continue with your steady breathing and unwinding here. And when you're ready, you can roll off to one side gently, supporting yourself with your forearm. I'm just going to move that bolster away gently and come to lying on your back. But do have your blocks within reach, halfway down either side of the mat in case you need them. So we're going to lie on our backs. First of all, have our arms out slightly, palms facing up, soles of the feet on the ground, just underneath the bottom. Breathing in, lengthening along the mat. Breathing out, you might like to let your knees drop slightly to the right hand side. Breathing in, back to centre. Breathing out, letting them drop slightly to the left hand side. Breathing in, back to centre. And just doing that a few times, a pace that's right for you. Giving your lower back a nice massage on the mat.
those blocks to each side if you want them to support your thighs, so your knees don't go quite as far. Breathing in, lengthening along the mat. Breathing out, you can drop those knees gently down to your right hand side, coming all the way down onto the block or towards the floor. Giving yourself a gentle twist through your lower back. Lying on the back is the safest way to do that. Breathing out into your sides, thinking about where you want to take that water and that flow, where you want to open up and soften. Now bring your knees up slowly as you breathe in to centre, and as you breathe out, you can lower your knees down slowly to the other side, supporting your thigh with your block or coming all the way towards the floor. Nice and rooted through your upper back, through your shoulders. You might want to gently root down through your feet and your shoulders as you breathe in, and let go as you breathe out. And now we'll bring our legs up back to centre as we breathe in, and then we'll roll ourselves gently onto the other side, pushing up, straight back, and we'll come now to stand. So we're now going to move into our adapted moon salutations. So we'll start in a squat position, whether that's here, whether that's here. So your back is flat, your knees are open, palms together, collarbone open, shoulders back. So start where feels best for you. Breathing up, lengthening through the fingers, breathing out, swaying gently to one side. Breathing in, coming back to centre. Breathing out gently to the other side. Keeping those shoulders back, not letting it come forward and hunching. Stepping out, heels in, coming down into our goddess pose. Opening our heels out, pointing our fingers into a star. Turning our front foot out, bringing our weight forward, bending that front leg, bringing the back arm up, looking up so you can see your fingers with both hands. And we'll turn, dropping that back knee, untucking the back toes. Breathing up into our crescent moon lunge, breathing out, sinking slightly deeper. Tucking those back toes, moving into a side lunge over that knee. Breathing in, coming into a side lunge on the other side. Picking up that back heel, dropping the back knee, untucking the toes. Breathing up into our crescent moon lunge. Breathing out, sinking further into that lunge. Taking our back foot out as we open up into our upright triangle. Folding that Forearm over the thigh, lengthening the arm towards the sky. Breathing back into our star position, feet parallel. Dropping the heels in, down into goddess. Stepping the feet hip width as we breathe up, breathing out. Into our palm tree sway, and then breathing down into the squats we started in, hands back at heart center. So we'll go through that another time now as we try and get used to it a bit more each session, because it's a nice counter to the sun salutations traditionally done in the morning and the moon salutations traditionally done at the end of the day that are more calming. So starting in that squat, breathing tall, side, gentle sway, breathing tall, side palm tree sway, stepping out, heels in, coming down into our goddess pose. Opening our heels out into star. Turning our front foot out, bringing our weight forward, bending that front knee, bringing the forearm down. The back arm raises towards the sky, lengthening with every breath. And we'll turn that back heel, lifting it off the ground and tucking the toes. Breathing up into our crescent moon lunge, breathing out, sinking further. And we'll come up into our side lunge. Side lunge on the other side. Turn that back heel, drop the knee. Breathing up to our crescent moon lunge. Breathing out, sinking further into that lunge. Tucking the back toes, opening the foot out. Coming into our upright triangle. Lengthening upwards with every breath. Opening wide back into star pose with parallel feet. Dropping the heels in, sinking down into our goddess. Stepping our feet hip width apart, lengthening upwards, sway to one side, lengthening upwards, sway to the other side, and coming back to the squat position we started in. And we'll do that one more time. So, starting wherever you like to start in your squat. And I'll demo the slightly deeper version this time for those who want to go deeper with their moon salutations. Stepping out into your goddess. Opening the heels out into your star. Turning your front foot out, bringing your weight forward and hinging at the hips as you come down into your triangle. A full pose with the knee straight. Bending that front leg, bring the back knee down, untucking the toes. Breathing up into a crescent moon lunge. Breathing out, sinking further. Tucking those back toes. Moving round into a side lunge. This is the deeper version. Taking that weight down over the heel. Moving across to the other side. Engaging that other foot. Turning towards the back of the room, dropping that back knee, untucking the toes. Breathing up into a crescent moon lunge. Breathing out, sinking down further. Tucking the toes, opening the back heel out as we come into our triangle. You can either have the back of the hand on the shin, a hand on the block or the floor, either in front of the foot or behind the foot. Looking with your fingers with both eyes. Breathing out, hinging back into a triangle, parallel feet. Dropping the heels in as we move down into goddess. Stepping our feet hip width, breathing in, breathing out, gentle sway, breathing in to each side. Feet slightly further apart as we come back into the squat position we started in. Just do a breathing exercise and then we'll move to lying our backs, so that's okay. So if you want to have a blanket or a block under your tailbone, just so it's more comfortable sitting upright, you can. So come to a comfortable seated position. Let your spine grow tall and your body remain soft. Feel the sit bones root you into the earth. Bring your hands together, interlace all the fingers, but extend your index fingers together, pointing downward. So rest your hands in front of your lower belly, just below the navel. Arms slightly outward and down, inviting release. You can close your eyes if you'd like to. And begin to breathe deeply into the lower belly. Inhaling, feel the breath rise gently from your seat to your navel. And exhaling, release, soften, and let go, like water flowing downstream. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 2, 1. And exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With each inhale, feel the breath expand through the lower abdomen and hips. With each exhale, allow any tension in the belly, hips, or lower back to soften. If it feels comfortable, you can add a gentle hum sound on the exhale, letting the vibration travel through the body. Imagine the breath moving like a stream, flowing, clearing, making space. With each exhale, release anything the body no longer needs to hold. Let it flow downward and away,
like the water returning to earth. You're softening, clearing space, and allowing movement and change. Carry this sense of ease and spaciousness with you as we move into our final rest. So now we can lie down and relax. And placing a bolster or a cushion under your knees if you want to support your lower back. And grabbing a blanket and putting socks on if you want to stay nice and warm. So lying comfortably, begin by softening the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth or nose. Let it settle into an easy rhythm. Inhale for a slow count of 3 or 4, and exhale for a count of 4 or 5. Allowing your body to melt down into the support beneath you. Draw your awareness to the lower abdomen, pelvis, hips and sacrum. Now visualize gentle waves at dawn, softly moving in rhythm with your breath. Washing in and washing out through the lower belly and hips. Visualize gentle waves at dawn, softly moving in rhythm with your breath. Washing in and washing out through the lower belly and hips. See those gentle waves at dawn, softly moving in rhythm with your breath, washing in and washing out through the lower belly and hips. Let that image repeat in your mind for a few breaths. The body gently rocked by the breath and by the tide. Sense a warm orange colour swirling slowly below the navel, fluid, instinctive and alive. Allow this colour to move gently through the pelvis and hips. Bring your awareness to the back of your hips, the lower spine, the backs of your thighs, wherever your body meets the ground. Feel the pull of gravity and let it draw you down. Allow the ground to support you. There's nothing you need to push away, only sensation, only presence. This area of the body supports movement, creativity and adaptability. It includes the hips, sacrum and lower spine. Structures that help us bend, rotate and move with ease. These joints and tissues allow the body to stay fluid and responsive. Visualize the warm orange light in the pelvic bowl glowing softly. Like firelight, like sunrise, like water reflecting light. This warmth spreads through the hips, lower belly and lower back, bringing a sense of fluid ease. Imagine the qualities of water moving, adapting, flowing. Let the body be like water, soft, responsive and free to move. Breathe in that warm orange light and exhale into softness. Inhale ease and exhale resistance. Let yourself rest here, in the rhythm of breath, in the gentle movement of the body, in the steady flow of breath and sensation. Let the breath continue softly and naturally. When you feel ready to close, bring your awareness gently back to your breath, back to the points of contact with the earth, and back to the warm orange colour in the lower belly and hips. Allow the body to remain soft and supported. Let the breath move easily and the body flow with it. When you're ready, you can bring your attention back to your breath. Start to move your fingers and toes. And you can bend your knees and roll onto your side. And you can rub your palms together. Place your palms over your eye sockets, taking a nice big breath in. As you breathe out, you can take the palms away and push up to sitting. Thank you.